completed activities in the immediate past.
Say that again.
Means to indicate completed activities in the immediate past, which is just completed in the past.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So yeah, we basically use present perfect tense when we are referring to an activity or an action, okay, which it either occurred at, like, sometime it happened, like, in the past, okay, or it began, it started in the past and it is still continuing. Okay, so in both the cases we use present perfect. Okay, we don't only just use present perfect when something happened and it got it in the immediate past. It could also be the case that it started in the past and even in present the same is happening, it is still continuing. So even in that case we use present perfect tense. Can anybody tell me what is the form of present perfect tense? What do we use? How do we form a sentence when in present perfect tense? What is the form? Like, you get it, right? Yes, Himanshu.
Subject plus has slash have plus
Mhm.
V3 plus object.
Correct. We basically use have or has. You missed one thing though. We use yes.
Subject has या have
Mm-hmm.
plus V3 plus subject.
V3 is what?
Verb का third form past participle.
Correct. Yes. Past participle. Yes. Okay. V3. Correct. All right. So yeah, we use the form basically is has or have followed by the past participle of that verb. Okay. So let's look at examples.
मैम एक छोटा सा
Yes. Yes,
डाउट है,
Himanshu.
क्लियर करेंगे क्या प्लीज?
Yes.
जैसे जैसे बोलते हैं ना, आई वॉज हियर, मैं यहाँ था.
I was
अब जब
here. Here नहीं here.
हियर, हाँ आई वॉज हियर, मैं यहाँ था. अब
Hmm.
हिंदी में क्या होता है, जैसे हम किसी चीज पे जब एम्फेसाइज करते हैं कि मैं यही था,
Hmm.
तो इसको इंग्लिश में कैसे बोलेंगे?
I was here only.
ओके, आई वॉज हियर ओन. ओके, थैंक यू.
और I was right here. मैं यहीं पे था.
ओके, थैंक यू.
I was right here का मतलब थोड़ा सा like जैसे कोई पूछता है हमसे कि where were you, and I tell them that I was in my room, and then they tell, let's say this is a conversation between you and your friend and he asks you that where were you, I was looking for you, and you tell them that I was in my room, and he says no, but I checked your room, I couldn't find you. Okay, and then you'll say but I was right here, मैं यहीं पे था. Okay, so right here हम तब बोलते हैं when we are focusing on the location, that right here, or yesterday it was right here that the accident happened or the accident took place. Okay, so
और
yeah,
हियर ओनली बोलना भी सही है.
here only is also fine. I mean, in spoken English, at least in Indian English, we do use only. Okay, that I want one chapati only, or let's play. Let's only play one round only today, and not more than that. I'm busy. ऐसे करके. So only if you want to stress कि he, तो only बोल सकते हैं उसके लिए.
आई लिव हियर ओनली, मैं यहीं रहता हूँ. इज इट राइट?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, मैं यहीं रहता हूँ तो you can simply just say that I live here.
नो
Or
मैम,
this is where I live.
जब किसी
This
से
is where.
या किसी से कन्वर्सेशन चालू है, कहाँ रहते हैं वाला डिस्कशन निकला है, तो वहां पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं बस यहीं रहता हूँ, यहीं बगल में रहता हूँ, एम्फेसाइज कर रहा हूँ ना अपने शब्दों को, अपने सेंटेंस को. तो आई लिव
Then
हियर
again,
ओनली.
so again, मैं यहीं रहता हूँ. We are talking about location, right? So rather than saying I live here only, like, so in native speakers, people who like for whom their first language is English, they never end their sentences with only. Okay, this is a very Indian thing that we say this only, or I'm talking to him only. So try to avoid this only. So like if you want to tell somebody कि मैं यहीं रहता हूँ, so you can tell them that I live in the same locality as you, कि मैं भी यहीं पे रहता हूँ. Let's say अगर कोई तुम्हें बोलता है कि मैं दिल्ली में रहता हूँ and तुम्हें बोलना है हाँ मैं भी, then you can just say that, yes, me too, I also live in Delhi. Or if you want to say ki haan main bagal mein hi hai, then you can say that, it is right here. Or I also live in the same place as you. ऐसे करके I live here only is not wrong, but again, it is too Indian. Okay, you will not find Americans or anybody else outside India talking this way. That is the only thing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I want somebody to read out this slide. Priyanka, would you like to try and read out what's written?
यस मैम, यस मैम।
Okay.
जस्ट का प्रयोग आमतौर पर सिर्फ प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट टेंस में किया जाता है और इसका मतलब होता है अभी अभी। दे हैव जस्ट लेफ्ट, वे अभी अभी निकले हैं। वाक्य में जस्ट हमेशा सहायक क्रिया हैज हैव के बाद और पास्ट पार्टिसिपल के पहले आता है।
Very good. Thanks a lot. Also, great. Uh, like I'm quite impressed with how you read it. Your speech had, like, you have incredible speech clarity. There wasn't
थैंक
any
यू सो मच
slurring.
मैम।
Yes, there wasn't any slurring. You didn't fumble even once. Fumble matlab atakna. So yeah, that's good. That's nice. Okay, now can anybody translate for me? So most of this slide is written in Hindi. Can somebody tell me what are they trying to tell us here? Yes, Gauri. Has anybody got a doubt? Gauri, I saw you unmuting your mic. Do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right, no problem. So yes, now coming back to my question. Yes, Siri, go ahead, try.
Ma'am, just means abhi abhi means right now. Here it says,
Hmm.
and we use in sentence we use it after a helping verb and before a past participle.
Mm-hmm. Helping verb, पर यहाँ पे तो they have just left. यहाँ पे कोई helping verb नहीं है.
Ma'am, sahayak kriya means helping verb, right?
Just हमेशा सहायक क्रिया has have की बात. Correct. Yeah. Okay. Although here they have just left. Yeah. Okay. Fine. इसमें left is our main verb and have is our helping verb. Fine. I was thinking maybe help is our main verb here, but okay, you're right. Yes, help is. I'm sorry. Have is our helping verb here, and left is the main verb. All right. Yes. And yeah, correct. Okay. Thank you, Silly. So that is exactly what the slide is also telling us here. Okay, that we use just commonly just is used when in Hindi every time we say that मैं अभी अभी स्कूल से आई हूँ. I've just got back from my school. Okay, मैं अभी अभी स्कूल से लौटी हूँ. I've just come back from school, or I've just gotten back. Present perfect, right? So gotten होगा. Past participle of get is gotten. I've just gotten back from school. All right. So yeah, we know the meaning of just. It means something which immediately just happened. All right. And yeah, it is used between the helping verb and the main verb. All right. Like it's written here, just हमेशा सहायक verb सहायक क्रिया के बाद. So after the helping verb and before the past participle. All right. My past participle here is left. What is the present form of left? Can anybody tell me? Yes, Silly?
Leave.
Correct. Leave. All right, let's look at our first exercise. The Hindi sentence says वे अभी अभी पहुंचे हैं. How will I say this in English? Look at the options. Sanjay, can you read out the correct answer?
Yeah, ma'am. They have just reached.
They have just reached. Yes, second option. Correct. Thank you. Next, I dash Ram coming out of the cinema. Okay, Neelam, what is the correct answer here? Okay. Himanshu, read out the correct answer.
I just saw Ram coming out of the cinema.
Translate this in Hindi.
मैंने राम को सिनेमा से बाहर आते देखा. मैंने अभी जस्ट राम को पिक्चर हॉल से बाहर आते देखा.
हाँ, मैंने अभी अभी राम को सिनेमा हॉल से बाहर आते हुए देखा. करेक्ट. And what is my main verb here and what is my helping verb here?
Main verb is saw.
Okay. And helping verb?
I just saw. मैम ये present sorry past tense है ये. Past simple. इसमें helping verb नहीं है.
No, it is not simple past tense. We are talking about an action which just completed, which just happened, it just got over.
Yeah, ये फिर present perfect है.
There is no helping verb. That is all. It's not always, it will not always be the case that just will always be used between a helping verb and the past participle. Okay, many a times it could also be that there is no helping verb at all, like it is happening in this sentence. Okay, all right. So that was basically my question. It's not always, it will not always be the case. Okay, now let's move on from just and read about yet. Where do we use yet? Mamta, read out the slide, please.
यस मैम. येट का प्रयोग ऐसी घटना या चीज के बारे में बात करने के लिए किया जाता है जिसका पूरा होने की अपेक्षा हो. येट का मतलब होता है अभी तक. आई हैवंट फिनिश्ड इट येट. मैंने इसे अभी तक खत्म नहीं किया है. येट प्रश्नवाचक और नकारात्मक वाक्यों में ही काम में लिया जाता है और वाक्य के अंत में आता है.
All right, thank you. Great. Can anybody now again translate this in English? What are they trying to tell us? Explain that in English. Who would like to do that? Okay, not silly again. Somebody else. Yes, Zishan, go ahead.
मैं ये काम अभी तक फिनिश नहीं किया था.
Yeah. Look, I'm trying. I'm asking you to explain the entire slide to me in English. What is your understanding of it? Mamta just read out the entire slide, right? So what do you understand from it? Most of it is written in Hindi. So now explain to me in English. What are they trying to say? Okay, anybody who is able to understand what I'm asking? Go ahead, Himanshu.
Yeah, we use yet if we talk about we use yet if we talk about the work which will have a possibility to complete.
Or you can just simplify that sentence by saying we use yet when we are talking about an action or a thing which is about to finish, okay, or which is about to complete, which is about to get over. All right, that is what it's saying in the first paragraph, right? किया जाता है जिसके पूरा होने की अपेक्षा हो. Okay, so apeksha, I get it. You were trying to translate apeksha to possibility, which is right. But don't never try for word to word translation, okay? Because that never works in any language. Even from Hindi, if you will try to try going for word to word translation for, let's say, from Hindi to Bengali or Hindi to like any other language, word to word translation does not work. Okay, so yeah, that it will, if you try for that, it will end up making your sentences that you're framing, they will sound very weird. Okay, so yeah, but okay, continue the second paragraph.
Yeah, second, I haven't finished it yet. मैंने इसे अभी तक खत्म नहीं किया है. Yet प्रश्नवाचक और नकारात्मक वाक्यों में ही काम में लिया जाता है और वाक्य के अंत में आता है. We use a yet only for interrogative and negative sentences, and it's always it's always come end of the sentence. It always, yeah.
Simple present. It always comes at the end of the sentence.
It always comes at the end of the
Comes.
sentence.
Sirf come nahi, or you can say it will always come at the end of the sentence. Ya to future, simple future, ya simple present. Okay. Has anybody got any doubt? I saw somebody unmuting themselves. All right. Okay. So it is clear to us where we use yet, right? Yet just means that something which is not over abhi. Like it's not done just yet. Okay. वो अभी बस अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Okay. Or let's say, like, I'll give you an example with yet. Let's say your mom asks you that, did you call your father and ask him when he's coming back home? What time is he coming back home? क्या तुमने अपने पापा से फोन करके पूछा कि वो घर कितने बजे आ रहे हैं वापस? And your reply will be, no, I haven't done it yet, or I haven't called him yet. मैंने अभी तक फोन नहीं किया है. Alright? So yet is just basically in Hindi whenever we use abhi tak, that in English is yet. Okay, let's look at exercises. All right, there's another example. All right, and so we have already learned that yet is used with only negative sentences and interrogative sentences. So instead of the question being that, did you call your father and ask him what time will he be coming back home? The question could also have been, did you call your father yet? Okay, which would mean कि क्या तुमने, or no, actually not did, sorry, this has to be present perfect. Have you called your father yet? Okay, क्या तुमने अब तक अपने पापा को फोन किया है? All right, so yeah, whenever we are making questions, they are going to be they will be something like this. Okay, I want somebody to read this. Gauri, can you read what's written in the slide here, please?
I still have not finished it. मैंने अब भी इसे खत्म नहीं किया है.
अभी भी इसे खत्म नहीं किया है.
स्टिल का प्रयोग उन घटनाओं के लिए होता है जो खत्म हो जानी चाहिए थी पर अब तक नहीं हुई हो. स्टिल वाक्य के मध्य में आता है.
Okay, thank you, Gauri. All right, so now again, can somebody quickly sum up for everyone here? What are they trying to tell us in English? Okay, what do you understand from it? Just tell me that bit in English. Try. Santosh, Shubha, Utkarsh, Sanjay, Rajkar, Priyanka, Malik, anybody. Himanshu has tried, Siri has tried. I want somebody else now. It is not so difficult, especially for people who know Hindi. It should not be difficult. You should still try. Yes, Malik?
Okay. I was just testing. I was just.
You were just testing if. Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Would anybody like to try? Yes.
I didn't completed this work.
Zishan, do you understand Hindi? No.
No.
May I?
Yes, Priyanka, go ahead.
We should use the word still in the end of the
मध्य में आता है.
Still
मध्य is always middle.
हाँ, still used in between.
In the middle of a sentence, not
still used in the between of the sentence.
In the middle.
In the middle of the sentence. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry.
Between. Wait, I'll actually clarify this also for anybody who has a confusion. Between, we always use when I'm discussing something which has, two things. So let's say, somebody asked me, where are you sitting? Like, let's say I am in some auditorium and my friend calls me and asks me that, I've just reached. Where are you? Where are you sitting? मैं अभी पहुंची हूँ, तुम कहाँ पे बैठे हो? And I tell her that, I'm sitting between these two children. मैं दो बच्चों के बीच वाली सीट में बैठी हुई हूँ. All right. So between is always used whenever there are two things that we are discussing. Okay. Or let's say if I put a question like this, that between the black dress and the red dress, which one do you like more? काली और लाल ड्रेस के बीच में से तुम्हें ज्यादा कौन सी वाली पसंद है? Alright, so between will always be when we are discussing two things. Alright, keep that in mind. I've seen a lot of people saying I'm between between these three options, which one do you like? That is wrong. When we have more than two things which we are discussing, then rather than between, we will use amongst. Okay, amongst these three options, which one do you like? Okay, so keep this in mind always. All right, Priyanka, continue. You were trying well.
Okay, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
We should use still for that incident. They just finished not sorry ma'am, I'm not
Yeah,
pronunciation.
it's okay. It's okay. Anybody else?
Can I, ma'am?
Okay, Himanshu, fine. Go ahead.
We use still in those incidents which should have completed. Which should have completed, but it is not completed yet.
Say that again. We use still in those cases where the action should have been, yes.
Those actions should have been completed, but they wouldn't.
You can actually no, don't complicate it. Where the action should have been completed, but it isn't.
But it isn't. Yeah, ma'am. Simple है. मैं भी किधर जा रहा हूँ?
Yeah. Okay. जहां हो जाना चाहिए था खत्म पर नहीं हुआ होता है. All right. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, like it says, still ka prayog un ghatnaon mein, it is used in those cases where the action should have been completed, or it is, it is expected कि अब तक तो हो ही गया होगा, but in reality, that is not the case. All right, like again, let's say now again for the same question that where if my mother asks me that have you called your father yet? And I reply saying that I still haven't called him. मैंने अभी भी उनको फोन नहीं किया है. Maybe I'll say something like, I'm sorry, I was so busy with work, it slipped my mind and I still haven't called him. Okay, कि मतलब I'm sorry, मैं काम में इतनी ज़्यादा busy थी, मैं अभी भी उनको फोन नहीं कर पाई. It slipped my mind, मैं भूल गई इसके बारे में. Alright, let's look at exercises now. Remember all these three meanings. All right. The first one which we studied was just, then we studied yet, and then we studied still. And all these three words are very important, and they're all used in present perfect tense only. Okay. I think just to revise whatever we have done so far, because now in the next few slides we are going to have exercises. Okay, so I don't want you all to make mistakes. So can somebody quickly, let's start from the beginning, let's revise them quickly again before going for exercises. Can somebody quickly explain present perfect tense? When is present perfect tense required? What is the form? Silly? Yes, fine. Tell me.
Ma'am, there are two uses of present perfect tense. The first one is to indicate completed activities, which is just completed, which is just completed in just past.
Yes.
And second is to describe about the activity which has started in the past and it is still going on.
Which has started, which started in the past. Simple past tense. Okay, which began in the past, which started in the past, and they still continue and they are still happening in the present. Correct. Okay, and what is the form?
Subject plus have has plus past participle of the verb plus object.
Yeah, I mean that depends. It's not
yes,
but yeah, basic form is has or have plus past participle. Correct. Thank you. Okay, now then after that, the first thing which we studied was just. When do we use just and what is the meaning of it? I want somebody else to explain it. You all have been in the class. I want more participation. Who can explain where do we use just? Kahan use hota hai? And what does it mean? Shubha, anybody else? Dipali, would you like to explain?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
The
Please go ahead. Yes.
the action which has just completed,
Yes.
and just always come after have, has, and after have, and it comes between has, have, and participle of
Very,
in a sentence.
yes, very good. Great. Yes, this is the meaning of just. Dipali correctly and very accurately summed it up. Okay. These are the only things which we need to remember when we are using just. All right. Yes, great. Thank you, Dipali. Can somebody
Thank you,
else
ma'am.
explain yet to me now? Where do we use yet and what is the meaning of it? When do we need it in a sentence? Somebody who hasn't tried yet. Sanjay, what about you? Sanjay, Santosh, Rajkar, Mamta. Yes, Rajkar, you want to try?
Madam, yet means in Hindi, abhi tak.
Correct.
Yet always come at the end of the sentence.
Very good. Yes, and is that all?
Mm,
There is one more important thing which you're missing.
Negative sentence. It shows
Negative
negative.
and yes,
interrogative and negative sentence.
correct. Correct. All right, great. Thank you, Dipali and Rajkar. Now, the last one which we are left with is still. Where do we use still? When is the need for still? What does it mean? I want somebody who hasn't tried.
Still can be used.
Okay, Rajkar, you've already tried. So yeah, somebody else. I want to give this chance to somebody. Yes, Santosh, go ahead.
Still we use the action is complete but it's not completed, and still is used end of the sentence. No, sorry, middle of sentence.
Yes, in the middle of a sentence, and it is used when an action should have been completed. Khatam ho jana chahiye tha, okay?
Yes.
But it isn't. Okay, par hua nahi hai. That is all. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, fine. Let's get to exercises now. So the first sentence that we have says, मैंने अभी तक रवि को फोन नहीं किया. How will I say this in English? This is actually very similar to the example I gave you.
Fourth one, I have not called Ravi yet.
Okay, Sudhakar, thank you. Yes, correct. Also, whoever's name I'm going to call out, only they will read the answer out. Okay. Otherwise, there can be like that it could get clustered if people unmute themselves on their own. All right, and yes, last one is correct. I haven't called Ravi up yet. Okay. What is my verb here? Can anybody tell me what is the main verb?
Have. Sorry, called.
Is it only call, or is the verb here a phrasal verb?
Ma'am, call up.
Call up, right? And so it is like, let's say, Santosh, I ask you that, what are you doing right now? And let's say you're on your mobile. So your answer will be, I'm calling somebody up, or I'm calling up my friend. So calling somebody up means किसी को phone करना. Okay, calling
Yes.
up. So whenever we have phrasal verb like call up or put down, okay, a phone नीचे रखने को क्या बोलते हैं? Put the phone down. All right. So whatever it is, that object that we are talking about, that will come between the phrasal verb. Alright, like call him up, put the phone down. Now putting down is the phrasal verb. Alright, so yeah, that this is how we use phrasal verbs. Alright, has anybody got any questions?
Yes, madam.
Yes, Rajkar.
Madam, I haven't called up Ravi yet. Is it correct?
I haven't, no. So that is exactly what I'm trying to say. We will not say called up together. I haven't called Ravi up yet.
Yes.
किसको call नहीं किया? Ravi को, right? So I haven't called up. I haven't called Ravi up yet. Okay. But it is not necessary also to use this phrasal verb call up. You can also simplify this further and just say I haven't called Ravi yet. Simple. Okay. Calling up is the same. Calling somebody up has the same meaning as calling. There's not a lot of difference. Anybody else? Any question? Yes, Siddhi?
Ma'am, does still and yet has same meaning?
Still and yet.
Yet. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can anybody help Silly understand what is the difference between yet and still? Yes, Rajkar?
Still is used in case of the sentence is running up. Action is running.
Action. You mean action is going on?
Going on.
Okay.
And yet, no, madam, confused.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? What is the difference in the two? Still and yet. It is a good question. Okay. So still usually तब यूज होता है still in Hindi is अभी भी. Okay. And yet is अभी तक. Okay. I still haven't called मतलब मैंने अभी भी कॉल नहीं किया है. Still का usually मतलब होता है कि पहले बोल दिया गया था कि कॉल कर देना, पर तब भी नहीं किया, फिर सेकंड रिमाइंडर दिया दैट यू नो कॉल करना याद रखना, एंड उसके बाद भी नहीं किया, तब वी विल यूज स्टिल. यू स्टिल हैवंट डन दिस. आई रिमाइंडेड यू ट्वाइस एंड यू स्टिल हैवंट डन इट. अभी तब भी नहीं किया है. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हेन वी यूज स्टिल. ओके, तब भी, अभी भी. ओके, एंड येट ऑन द अदर हैंड इज यूजुअली यूज्ड एट द एंड, अभी तक नहीं हुआ है. Alright?
Alright, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And there are a couple of other things also, like with yet, as we have already discussed, it will always come at the end of a sentence, and it usually comes with negative sentences and or questions, right? With still, there is no such thing. Okay, like let's say I ask you that have you finished your homework yet? क्या homework खत्म कर लिया है अभी? And you say, and your reply is, I am still trying. मैं अभी भी कोशिश कर रही हूँ. So now I am still trying is a normal sentence here, right? It is not a negative sentence. It is also not a question. So there are a couple of differences in between yet and still. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let's now see where do we use already. Okay, now this is our fourth word in present perfect tense, already. I want Shubha to read out the slide. Wait, but you don't know Hindi, right? So maybe not.
Can I?
Okay, yeah, fine, Santosh.
I have already spent my salary. मैं मेरी तनख्वाह पहले ही खर्च कर चुका हूँ. ऑलरेडी का प्रयोग ऐसी बातों या घटनाओं को बताने में किया जाता है जो पहले ही हो चुकी है. यह आमतौर पर वाक्य के मध्य में आता है या हैव या हैज और क्रिया के मध्य में. कभी-कभी यह वाक्य के अंत में भी आ सकता है.
Very good. Can you now, Santosh, try to translate this in English also? What did we just understand from this slide? क्या समझ आया हमको इससे?
I have already spent my time. मेरी तनख्वाह पहले ही कर. That's already we use already where where accident we indicate.
What in where an action?
No, incident.
Incident, okay.
which
When
is
an incident,
which completed before, which
yes,
has completed before.
correct,
Okay.
correct. We are talking
This
about an action which is already completed, which has been completed before, okay.
yeah, this comes this comes this comes middle of usually middle of sentence.
Correct. Or
Have between has या have.
and, between
अभी तक
has, have, and
between has and have and ये वाक्य के अंत में हो सकता है and it comes in end of sentence. It can become end of sentence also.
okay. No. So it is saying कि या have, has और क्रिया के मध्य में आता है. So it can also come in between has, have and the main verb. Okay. Kriya is verb, right? So yeah, it can either come there or sometimes it can also come at the end of a sentence also. Okay. Yeah. All right. Great. Thank you, Santosh. All right. So now we just understood where all do we use already. Already, as we know, already is a very common word. We all use it, right? And it is so commonly used, and it is mostly used for when we're talking about an action which has already been done, which is completed, which is finished. All right. So now let's say for the same question which my mother asked me that, did you call your dad yet? कि क्या अभी तक अपने पापा को फोन किया है तुमने? And my reply is going to be I already called him. Okay. Or I have already called him. All right. Okay, let's look at the next exercise now. मैं पहले से 4 emails भेज चुका हूँ. How will I say this in English? Remember, it will either be has or have. Then one of these words, and then because we are doing present perfect tense, the main verb is going to be in past participle. All right, Dipali, can you read out the answer? All right, Dikshita, can you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I have already sent 4 emails.
Correct. I have already sent 4 emails, the third option. All right, great.
Ma'am, what is the difference of send and sent?
What is the difference between
Send and sent. First sentence, I have already sent 4 emails. Third one is I have already sent 4 emails.
Okay, can anybody explain or help Sudhakar what the difference is between the two? Yes, Silly?
Ma'am, sent is the present form of the verb of the word, and sent is the past participle form of the verb.
Past participle and also past tense.
Past, yes, ma'am.
SEND is present. Okay, like let's say if you ask me, what are you doing right now? Okay, so now this is present continuous, right? So I will tell you, I am sending emails. मैं emails भेज रही हूँ. Okay, and if you ask me that क्या तुमने emails भेज दी? Have you sent the emails? So now this is past tense. SENT, because we are talking about an action which should already be over. That is why you're putting the question in past tense. Have you sent the emails? And I reply, yes, they have been sent. Yes, वो भेज चुकी हूँ, वो जा चुकी हूँ. Okay. All right, let's look at the next example. क्या संगीत समारोह पहले ही शुरू हो चुका है? This is a question. पहले ही. Priyanka, read out the answer, please.
Yes, ma'am. Has the concert already started?
Correct. Has the concert already started? Already because pehle hi in English will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
already. All right. Okay, great. Next, we have a fill in the blank. The train has dash left. Okay, Zishan, read out the answer, please.
The train has already left.
All right, the train has already left. What else could have, I mean, the train has already left. Okay, what will be the translation in Hindi? Anybody? The train has already left. Yes, Siri?
ट्रेन चला गया.
Not really. Anybody else? Yes,
ट्रेन पहले
Santosh?
ही जा चुका है.
Yes, पहले ही जा चुका है. Already left. What else can be used instead of already? अगर मेरे को बोलना है ट्रेन अभी अभी निकली है. What will I say? Yes.
The train has just left.
Just left. Correct.
Can I use it instead of just right now?
The train has left just right now.
And instead of just.
Can you say right now? The train has right now left.
Left. Yes. Left right now.
No, we can't say the train left right now. If you want to say कि अभी ही गई है, then just is more accurate. That it just left. बिल्कुल अभी ही गई है train. Okay, like that.
Oh.
Not right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, next. Have you finished the project dash? Okay. Gauri, can you read out the correct answer? Yes. No? Okay. Okay.
Have you finished the project yet?
Correct. And how will you translate this in Hindi? Have you finished the project yet? Do you know Hindi?
क्या तुम प्रोजेक्ट फिनिश कर चुके हो?
Yes. Have you finished the project yet? क्या तुमने प्रोजेक्ट अभी तक खत्म कर लिया है या हाँ, have you finished it yet? क्या अभी तक प्रोजेक्ट खत्म हो गया है? Okay, like that. But yeah, correct. Okay, thank you, Gauri. Next, I have dash asked you 3 times. Okay. Okay, Rajkar, read out the answer.
I have already asked you 3 times.
Correct. I have already asked you 3 times. What does it mean in Hindi?
मैं तुमसे पहले ही 3 बार पूछ चुकी हूँ.
हाँ, correct. Priyanka, do you have a doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I only want to translate in Hindi.
Oh, all right. Okay, next time. Okay, next sentence. It hasn't stopped raining dash. Okay, Sudhakar, read out the answer quickly.
It has not stopped raining yet.
Yes, and what does it mean?
बारिश अभी तक नहीं रुकी है.
Correct. बारिश अभी तक नहीं रुकी है. Okay, next sentence. I haven't invited him dash. All right, Mamta, read out the answer, please.
I haven't invited him yet.
Yes, and in Hindi, what would that mean?
I haven't. मैंने अभी तक इनवाइट नहीं किया है.
हाँ, करेक्ट. मैंने अभी तक उसको न्योता नहीं भेजा है. All right.
मैम, we can also use still. मैंने अभी भी उसको इनवाइट नहीं किया है.
We can. Yes, I haven't invited him still. Or the actually better way of saying that will be, I still haven't invited him. मैंने अभी भी उसको invite नहीं किया है. Okay. I haven't invited him still is also correct, but better way of saying it will be using still in the middle. rather than at the end. Okay, next Hindi sentence says राम ने अभी तक टिकट्स नहीं खरीदी. Okay, Utkarsh, read out the answer. Okay, Dipali, what about you? Would you like to read it out?
Yes, ma'am. Ram still hasn't bought the tickets.
Correct. Ram still hasn't bought the tickets. Abhi tak. All right. Next. मैं अपना
Ma'am,
yes yes.
we can say that Ram hasn't bought the tickets yet.
We can Ram. So that would mean अभी तक नहीं खरीदी. अभी भी नहीं खरीदी is still.
अच्छा.
The difference which I already just explained.
what
Yes,
दी आएगा pronunciation दी बोलेंगे दा बोलेंगे pronunciation
Ram still hasn't bought the tickets. It is not the tickets. It is the. It is always the. It is never the. Okay. The pronunciation. Yes,
मैम
Himanshu.
इस सेंटेंस में राम hasn't still bought the tickets, ये गलत है क्या?
Yes. Ram still hasn't bought the tickets. Okay. Still usually will always be used before has or have. All right. Like if you are like again, no. If again my mom asks that, did you call him? And I will reply, I still haven't. Okay. मैंने अभी भी नहीं किया. I will not say I haven't still. I mean, again, you can, but it is better if you use still in the middle than at the end. Okay, next Hindi sentence. मैं अपना homework पहले ही खत्म कर चुका हूँ. पहले ही. Okay. Sanjay, can you read out the answer here?
Yeah, ma'am. I have already finished my homework.
Correct. I have already finished my homework. Next, मैंने अभी तक भी निर्णय नहीं लिया है. Okay, great. Priyanka, read out the answer, please.
Yes, ma'am. I still haven't made a decision.
Correct. I still haven't made a decision. Okay. Yeah, here's the leaderboard. Has anybody got any questions? Any doubts? Any confusion? Okay. All right. So now let's, we only have a few minutes left. I want you all to give me sentences with any of the 4 words, and it has to be, the sentence has to be in present perfect tense. All right. I'll again tell you the form of present perfect. It is has or have followed by the past participle. All right. And you can use any of the 4 words in that sentence. Okay. Already, still, yet, just. Any of the 4. Quickly, we don't have. Yes, Neelam? Okay, wow. Okay. Okay, why is everybody leaving the class when it comes to actually doing the work? Okay, I want sentences still for the ones who are here. Try, think of sentences and let's see if you've actually got the concept right.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, yes, please.
Ma'am, you still haven't answered my question.
Okay. Do you actually mean that also?
This is an example as well as a reminder, ma'am.
For what? Welcome. You're welcome. So I looked it up. Okay, and it said like the literal translation is कि आपका स्वागत है. But I read a few articles where it said that in Hindi we don't really have any, there is like how in English to thank you we say you are welcome. In Hindi we don't have the same kind of phrase for that. Okay, like अगर हिंदी में कोई बोलता है कि आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, तो आप क्या रिप्लाई करते हो यूजुअली? आप योर वेलकम हिंदी में एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता है। हिंदी में हम ये नहीं बोलते फिर कि आपका धन्यवाद का रिप्लाई ये नहीं करते क्योंकि आपका स्वागत है। हम बस बोलते हैं कि कोई बात नहीं, नहीं नहीं धन्यवाद की बोलने, ऐसा बोलने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। इट्स यूजुअली लाइक दैट। ओके, सो you are welcome actually does, it's not part of Hindi language. Okay, that's what
Okay.
I realized also. Yeah.
Alright. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Yes. No problem. Anybody else? Sentences. It's actually a great way to test yourself. How much have you learned than just sitting and attempting exercises? But of course, up to you all. Okay. All right. If you guys don't want to think, I can think of sentences in Hindi and maybe you can try translating them in English. Okay. Try translating this in English. मैंने कल का अखबार अभी भी नहीं पढ़ा है, उसको फेंकना मत. Okay, sorry. How will I say this in English? मैंने कल का अखबार अभी भी नहीं पढ़ा है, उसको फेंकना मत.
I haven't read the yesterday's newspaper. Don't throw it.
Okay, there are a few errors. There are a few mistakes. Anybody else?
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, I haven't read yesterday's newspaper. Don't throw it.
There is still one mistake.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes. No, Dipali first. Dipali, go ahead.
I still haven't read the yesterday's newspaper. Please don't throw it.
Correct. And don't say read, read. Okay, because this is past tense. Yes. I still, Himanshu, you were missing still. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. वही मुझे भी लगा मैं कुछ भूल रहा हूँ. याद आया still भूल रहा हूँ.
Correct.
Ma'am, the will come before yesterday or not? I still haven't read the.
Yeah, no, there will be no the also. Yes, correct. Good, you pointed it out. Himanshu used the. Himanshu, correct translation will just be, I still haven't read yesterday's newspaper. Please don't throw it away. Okay, please usko फेंक मत देना. All right, that is it. Okay, let's try another sentence. Good job, Dipali. क्या तुमने ये काम अभी तक भी खत्म नहीं किया है? ये क्वेश्चन है. ओके, क्या तुमने ये काम अभी तक भी खत्म नहीं किया है?
Haven't you finished this work yet?
Wait. Yes, Priyanka, go ahead.
You haven't finished this work till now?
Okay. All right. Yes, Chandrasekhar.
You did not done this work till now.
Okay, Dipali.
Haven't you finished this work yet?
क्या तुमने ये काम अभी तक भी खत्म नहीं किया है? It won't be haven't you. It will be have you not. Okay.
Have you not done?
Have you not finished this work yet?
And I'm okay. Other than all of these things, I'm also saying क्या तुमने ये काम अभी भी. None of you are translating this be in English.
Still, you have not finished this work.
Have you still not finished this work yet? क्या तुमने ये काम अभी भी खत्म नहीं किया है? अभी तक नहीं बोल रही मैं, so actually do not use yet because my sentence is not क्या तुमने ये काम अभी तक नहीं खत्म किया है. मेरा sentence है क्या तुमने ये काम अभी भी खत्म नहीं किया है? Have you still not finished this work? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Okay, let's try another sentence, last sentence in Hindi. Yes, Silly?
Ma'am, I have a Hindi translation, means a Hindi sentence.
Sentence? Great. What is your sentence?
जिस प्रोजेक्ट पे मैं काफ़ी दिनों से काम कर रही थी, वो अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है।
Okay. Yes. Who would like to translate this sentence in English? It is simple. It is pretty simple. जिस project पे मैं Silly, repeat the sentence, no?
जिस प्रोजेक्ट पे मैं काफ़ी दिनों से काम कर रही थी, वो अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ है।
Okay. Yes, Dipali?
The project,
Yes.
which I have been working for so long hasn't finished yet.
The second half of the sentence is correct. There is one or two mistakes in the first part. I'll tell you. Yes, Himanshu, what is your translation?
The project which I have been working has not finished yet.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, Silly, what is your translation? Yes, Silly.
Ma'am, actually, I haven't translated, but still I have a sentence, means the translation. And the project in which I have been working is still not completed.
Okay, so actually your sentence in Hindi was जिस project पे मैं काफी दिनों से काम कर रही थी, okay? कर रही हूँ नहीं, जिस project पे मैं काफी दिनों से काम कर रही हूँ नहीं बोला आपने, okay? There, that is where Dipali and Himanshu, you both are wrong, okay?
Had
The
been
sentence
working.
was thi, so I had been working, okay? The project on which, also Silly, it is not the project in which, the project on which you work on a project. So the project on which I had been working for the past few days, पिछले कुछ दिनों से, it is still not over yet, or it is still not finished. वो अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. Okay.
All right, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Did you both realize your the mistakes you had made, Dipali and Himanshu?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
So many mistakes. So many mistakes I have made.
No, it's okay. Your progress is still great. You're good. You're pretty good. Also, the fact that you realize what mistake you made tells that your level is you have that level where you understand your mistakes, and now that you've realized and you've understood them, you won't make them again. Not being able to understand what mistake I made or if there was even anything wrong with my sentence is more difficult than making mistakes and then correcting them. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Great. Good job, everyone. Now I'll see you all day after tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. All right. So yeah, I hope you all have a good day tomorrow, and I'll see you all day after. For all the people who are not pro members yet, if anybody is thinking of getting the pro membership, you can get yourself the discount code Diksha10. Okay, if you apply this, you can get a 10% off. DIKSHA10. All right, and yeah, you can get yourself the discount. So yeah, for now, bye bye everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you